online, but I am not hearing
Yes,
anything.
we can hear you now, loud and clear.
Now it's good now?
She's good, Harab. It's good.
I hear you. It's good. I can
Perfect.
hear you.
So first of all, sorry for the people who are on Zoom. I will repeat again what I've been saying. So what I said that is the purpose of the meeting was for me to talk about two major points. The first point was to see and to expose the work we have been doing the last 3 years with the African community and the different country in Africa. And after the second point will be also to see where we will be going in the next level and what will be our expectation and what type of management we may need. So for the first point, regarding Botsina Kadisha, when we created that structure before 3 years, many people were laughing at us. They were saying that we were nothing new than the same like the others came in Africa, propose a lot of things, bring dreams to people mindset, and just move away when they get their money in the pocket. So the challenge for us was to show that we were different, and to be able to do that, we had one target. That target was to bring the level of study very high, to let people see how serious we were and how deep was the wisdom we had to share. And on that point, I think we succeed a lot because today, nobody in internet, in Nigeria, in Congo, in Cameroon, nobody can say that Botswana Kadisha is not a high level study place. Nobody can say that we didn't brought on the table things which were hidden in the eyes of many, but were actually in the heritage, the tradition of their own ancestors. Second level, to be able to do that, we took another challenge. We say that we don't want to talk about money. We want people to understand that in a certain level of Torah, it's all about giving for free, teaching, giving tools to people for free in order to help them to receive and to bring that knowledge also very high, and to also give for free at that time. So now after 3 years, you can see on internet, you can see around you, nobody, no rabbis, no chief rabbis, no political authority can come and say that Botswana Kadisha was a joke or is a joke. Everybody knows that we are very serious and that's what we bring down and what we reveal is very deep and it's always going in a very specific manner. This is the point. And what the purpose we had at the beginning by creating the Eliezer program, which was a way to bring Torah to Africans without any conditions except the fact that they just need to connect on internet and to be with us. We had the idea just to bring that Torah, but you know what men see and sees and what Hashem brings him to do, it's two different things. What's happened the last 3 years, we understood that Botswana Kadisha wasn't a tool that should gather everybody. We understood that we had to make Botswana Kadisha more for the African, more for the Afro descendants, more for the people who are connected or by the culture or by the blood or by the anything, the mindsets to Africa. Because in terms of Torah, when it comes about the food and the teaching which are giving all over all the communities, we have a lot of answers. But when it comes about Africans, we always have very light things. So we understood the last 3 years that we had to be more specific for the Africans, to give to them that proudness, to know that for them, Torah, they are not begging for it, but Torah, it's their own heritage. The work we have been doing the last years was to show by bringing books, by bringing references that Africans were in their place, at their place when it was about Torah. And the example we used to switch at that level was the words of the Rav Kanievsky, Zichron Livracha, who said about you guys, about the Igbos, that your conversion shouldn't be a normal conversion, should be a conversion in Khumra, because all the proof you have about your roots and your heritage were real and very true, and that you just need to be reconnected. So based on that story, I wrote a responsa to all the rabbis, let them know that Africans, based on what some Ashkenazi sages were saying, they don't need to beg for anything. They are just here to be, they just need to be helped, be reconnected. So the last years in Bosnia Kadisha, we basically, with all the love, with all the respect, we said to most of the people, one second. Hey. So all the purpose basically for us, with all the respect, was to say to the other students we were from USA, Poland, being not specifically related to Africa, to say, look, this is where we are going now. If you feel okay, you can stay. If you don't like it or it's heavy on your shoulder, you can just find another yeshiva. The last year, we had many students who have been removed, not because of hatred, Chas v'shalom, because of, we understood that when we were opening the books and saying and proving that this is talking about Bantus, this is African place, this is that, they were feeling like a fight being fought by. I said, no, my purpose is not to let you feel that you are not welcome, but at the same time, we have to build a whole tradition for the Africans. We have to have their books, their references. They have to know where the things are written for them. So if we don't give time to that, it will be complicated for them, for us, move forward. But you guys, you are Sfaradi, you are Ashkenazi, you understand many things, you have many books, many sages, you have a lot of plenty of place where you can perform and deep your own knowledge. That's why all the purpose we had the last time, it was to talk about the Nusach Afriki. It's not a word of advertisement, it's something written in the Gemara. There's a time that we know many sages of the land of Israel were sent in Africa in order to have some advices about some laws, about some way to understanding Torah. And Rabbi Akiva was talking about this place called Afriki. So we have a way also to do the stuff, to live our halachot. I'll give you an example. Many people in the Ashkenazi world or in the Sfaradi world, if you go to them and you say, you guys, you cannot eat your food when your wife cooked it by being nida, being bleeding, they will say you're crazy. They will say, look, there's another rabbi who came before 100 years and said that we don't count on that because we need the wife to cook. So no matter if she is bleeding or not, we accept the food. And this is one of the main rabbis of the Ashkenazim. But at the same time, when we study the roots of the Nusar Afriki, which is based on the Torah of Aleph, the Torah of Sod, we see, like Ramban was saying, we cannot joke with that. It's essential. We cannot be around a place where a woman is bleeding because the sage in that time, they knew that the atmosphere can be damaged, that food is not good. But I know in Nigeria, this is the way you grew up. So you see, we understand on the place that we should not be ashamed about the tradition we received from our ancestors. We have to know how to connect it with the best way to live our Torah. That's why we are working for now 1 year about the African Nusach. Not to say that we are not Jews, not to say that we are not friends with the other. To say, look, thank you for all the help you give to us by converting us, by teaching us according to your own tradition, according to the Sfaradim, according to the Ashkenazim. But we are actually, meaning that we have a way also to perform our mitzvot. I give you another example. It's written in the Mishnah. No one in this world can contest the Mishnah. like this in the Mishnah of Sukkot. It said that you have to know that the etrog, your etrog of lulav, have to be or yellow or green or yellow green. It said, but I can show you that. But you have sometimes some etrog which are black, and they say that etrog which are black they come from the land of Africa. Now the poskim, what is the halakha? It's like this. Everybody in the Ashkenazi Pratim who use the etrog black pasul doesn't work for them. Doesn't work for them. But the one who are from Africa, for them it's perfect. So you see now that even in the Mishnah, we knew that the people of Africa, they have their own way to bring up the halachot and the mitzvot. So this is where we are trying to go. So to give you the final point about this, before we go to the second point, based on that work, these things started to be very dangerous for us in Israel. It's dangerous, it's not a joke, it's very dangerous. Being threatened by many group of rabbis and even by some people who are working for the state. So now that I'm talking to you, you have to know that we had to leave because of some information we had and network we had. We knew that some rabbis have paid some people to make kidnapping and so on me, myself, or some student of the yeshiva. Just because of what? Just because of the fact that we are bringing too much truth, and that truth cannot be contested because all the limits are on network and can be seen. And no one come to say that you are saying crazy things. People just admit because every time I'm teaching, there's the book in front of everyone who's seeing. So no one can contest, but in the back, things were very dangerous and many students were in danger and some of them were basically spy among us. So this, like you know me, if you don't know me, there's not things that can make me afraid about life or about truth is truth, life is life, we are men. We have to move forward to do our stuff. That's why we keep the office in Jerusalem, but myself, I'm no more in Jerusalem because I know how the level of danger was achieved and we have to protect ourselves, protect the kids, and protect the others' families. This is why we had to operate few changes the last month. So before I go further and to the main point, is there any question till now? No question?
No, from here, Haram. No, from me.
Okay. So now, based on that, yeah. So based on that, the next level, where are we going? Now, what I want to know is like this. The 3 first years of Botsina Kadisha, we had ideas, but we also discovered some purposes by growing up. And one of them was like this. The more we were studying books, very deep books, very, very essential books in terms of short books like this, books like this, the more we saw and we understood that we had nothing to be ashamed about the tradition of our ancestors. Not only that, the final part of his book, this book is the book of the master of Rabbi Akiva. This book is the book of one of the Tana. A Tana is like a prophet that you cannot contest his position. This book is written by the tzaddik, the rabbi who wrote the poem Anna Bekoach. This book, in this final part of the book, there's a book called Sefer Abayir, the Book of Splendors. In that book, Rabbi Pinhas-Eliyahou Shaday is talking about the light, the secret of light, how to connect to the light, how that light can be used as a tool to see from one side of the world to the other side. But something very strange, it said that you have to know that that light is black. And all the time you read that book, you can see something very important. You can see that it's talking about situations, facts, which are directly talking about what your ancestor and my ancestor we gave to us since our childhood. So what I've been doing every afternoon, for example, Rabbi Media, Victor Isabel, in the afternoon I was doing not a public limud, but a limud very deep. What I've been doing all this last year, we were going deep inside this world to understand what is the secret of the hidden light. I'll make it very short. The secret of that hidden light, this is the tradition of your ancestors and my ancestors. I could go even deeper. When you study that book very deeply, you can understand that Rabbi Nechunya, Master Rabbi Akiva, was talking about what you call the Ifa, what the Cameroonian Gabonese call the Fa, or the Congolese call the Yakongo. The more we are going in that story, we understand that the Torah is doing its work. But let's be men, let's be real. You all have seen rabbis coming in Nigeria. Let's be real, honest. When you see them, you see that you give to them respect for sure, but you see that this rabbi is not stronger than my uncle from the village. You know it. Because you see him maybe with a kippah, yes, with the beard, yes, doing his prayer, but when you check, you try to see what is the power of this rabbi. You and me, we know the truth. They're not at the level. Because some of them, they rob your money. What your ancestors do, never rob. Be welcoming people. Some of them, they know how to read Hebrew. This is the only advantage they have. So they do things, but you see that it's not like this. They don't respect you as human beings. How can the highest level of spirituality show some racism, some differences in terms of body talking? So I'm giving you the first secret. You have to know that the biggest destruction which have been made is that the Occidental mentality brought us to think that the African tradition was sorcery. We recorded, we took it, and by becoming Christian from some of us, we start to be very judgmental about our own heritage. I was in that case also. Till I studied the book. That book is in all the house of Bnei Israel. That book is very, very deep. Even the rabbis can tell you, look, you are not at the level of studying that book. And in that book, this rabbi, Rabbi Nechunya ben Akane, before 1,000 years, showed that all the purpose for all these people were to know how to connect with Africans, because they knew that they had the secret about how to handle all the invisible world. I can even give you more details because we are in family. Do you know how many rabbis they go in a very sneaky way to Benin to get some power and to perform some miracle in Jerusalem to be called rabbis? How many rabbis do they do that? Even they go to Nigeria or Ghana, we go to see people who use our tradition in a bad way, yes, because it can be used in a good way and a bad way. They get some power, and after you see them in the TV, on internet, these rabbi is tremendous, he's doing miracle. I give you a secret. You know how they can do that? Because they came in Africa to buy in a sticky way our wisdom. So what I've been doing the last month, the last 6 months, all the details of that book. And we proved that nothing was about sorcery. It was deep knowledge that people wanted to take from us. And in order to take something from one, you have to let him know that what he possesses is nothing. People who know me, even through internet, they know that I'm a very stubborn man. Want something, I go till the end. That's why, like you have seen on internet, I perform my initiation of tribal chief. You can see. I don't have all my articles now, but when I was preparing it with the elders, all the details were given to me based about the holiness, everything. I was amazed about the holiness of each level. Like I say, for sure, there's a part of our ancestors' tradition which have been stolen, which basically is not used properly and make everything very bad. But there's a way to do things with holiness. And this is the perfect combination of the Torah and that will save Africa. That will bring us to be at the level of the others. Ashkenazis are able to tell them, let us lead now. Let us do, because we know what is spirituality. So basically, this is where we will have to go. We'll have to make peace between the highest level of wisdom of our Torah with the highest level of truth and wisdom of our ancestors. Because the best way to connect with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with Hashem, is to use the tzaddikim, the angels, the malachim, and the ancestors. You need 3 of them. How do I know? It's simple. If you go in Israel and you ask to someone, why do you go to the grave of Arya Kadosh? Why do you go to the grave of Rambam? You know, I go to his grave, I lay on his grave because I hope him to enter inside of me to become more clever. It's a known thing. What do you see people do when it's the Ilula of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Ilula of Rambam, Ilula of Ramban, Ilula of Arya Kadosh? They go to the cemetery, they lay on the graves, and they just pray that let that soul enter inside of me. You, when you see it, you applaud. So why don't do the same thing when you see one of your nephew going to the village and laying down on the grave of your grandfather? You call him sorcerer, right? When you see the rabbis on Yom Kippur taking some chicken, some rooster, slaughtering them and making them turn around the head, to say kapara, you are protected. What do? What we used to do? We applaud. But when your nephew from the village, he say, uncle, you have to protect yourself. Just buy a rooster. I will slaughter it for him. Just come here. I will turn it upon your head. What do you say? Sorcery. When some rabbis, they go, they say, look, I will do a pigeon nefesh. I will buy it back. I will do it with some coins, like we do before Purim. What do? You applaud. But when the same nephew from the village or your uncle from the village, he came, he said, look, give me coins. I need coins, because like this I can protect your soul. What do you say? Sorcery. I'm not talking about the bad aspect of our tradition, which have been underneath of money, of power. Remove that. I talk about the pure lineage, the real one who know how to use the kola nuts, the real one who know exactly why you have to connect with your ancestor also. So the fight we are doing now is like this. We have to understand that we start from some vision. We just wanted to study Torah. That vision become, no, let's teach Torah to the Africans for the Africans in order to help them to be stronger in their Judaism. And to that point, we achieve a level where we say, no, it's very important for them to understand that in the heritage, there is a lot of holiness because we found the book talking about that. And me, I cannot stand in front of you if I'm not going in that level to see what is good, what is wrong. So the last month, I've been checking everything from Nigeria to Cameroon to Congo to Gabon to see what was well kept, what was lost, what was changed and become sorcery in a certain level, in the same way like you have also sorcery in Judaism. When you have some people putting a picture of their rabbis on the wall, it's a sorcery. Don't think that you need to see blood to call it sorcery. There is good and bad aspect of the same thing everywhere. So based on that, we have to go to the next level. What is the next level? Is like this. I understand that all the original and the authentic traditions, they are keeping something holy. The real one, not the fake one who do things for money. You understand what I mean? From Nigeria to Congo to Angola to Gabon to Cameroon, all these places, there is specific tradition which are very holy, which have been kept. We have today to sit and to let everybody know that that tradition, it's nothing except Torah. Not the Torah that they see where some rabbis can be racist. Not Torah what they see where some country like Israel can refuse some black people to go in. Not Torah like they see where some people like me, because I'm teaching proudness of Africans in the Torah, can be threatened by being kidnapped. No. Torah of Aleph, the original one, the first tablet that Moshe received that were broken, this is what our ancestors have kept. Because Moshe was king in our continent before to become the savior of the Bnei Israel to the Eretz Israel. So based on that, we are going to the next level. A level where we need people to work in a different way, in a very intensive way. What's a different way? First of all, I have to come in Nigeria. I have to see you, to meet you, and to see exactly how we can do things. Why I say like this? Because I'm telling you, it's not bad words. It's just a fact. No one in Israel is ready to help Africans about their jewelry. I'm telling you. The only one who are ready to do something, this is the organization called Kulanu, but they are liberal, conservative, so the Torah they will give to Africans will be considered like fake by the half percent of the population of Israel. Because if you are conservative and liberal in Israel, even if they can give you a passport, you are not a real Jew. They consider the real Jew being only the one who are Orthodox. Because when Netanyahu want to go to the power ship, he's not making pact with the conservative. He's not making a deal with the liberal. He make a deal with the Orthodox. So every kind of organization coming in Africa, giving you Sefer Torah, giving you Sitturim, giving you Kippot, and you see behind them nothing being Orthodox, know that even if it gives to you travel to the United States, visa to Israel, no matter what, it will be considered like fake in all the rabbis' mindset. So we have to bring the Torah, what we will study, in a higher level to show them that even you Orthodox, what we are doing, it's higher than what you think. That's why the last month I've been even talking about the kashrut system that we will be performing. Because when I study all the tradition, I saw that the logic of shchita of our ancestors were more strict than the higher level of kashrut that we find in Israel. I'll give you an example, very simple. Ari Kadosh, in his book He said, when you are doing the shchita, you have to know that the animal which will be used for the shchita, you are connected to him. And you have to know what kind of soul is inside. Because you will not eat a soul without knowing the connection between you and him. I'm telling you, there is no place of shchita, of slaughtering, possessed by Jew, where they perform that point. No one is keeping that. Only if you know the real traditional and tribal chief, they will tell you the way they do to know which tool is in the animal going to be slaughtered. I saw it because I went down to what happened. They have a stone, they put it on the head of the animal before the slaughtering. If you don't have the name of the soul inside, you don't kill the animal. This was written in the Torah. Mitzvot. So based on that, we have many things to do. We need to have a new leadership, a new way of working, not because of different way of acting, but because of time that we will be asking to people. Like I said to Rabbi Pinhas-Eliyahou Shaday, is the reason of that meeting. The first one is because I know that with the elders, Igbo elders, all my words make sense and you can understand what I'm expressing. The second point is that the actual one who was appointed as the representative, Rabbi Chief Okuma. Rabbi Chief Okuma, Baruch Hashem, he succeeded to achieve a very high level of political position in his area. To tell you the truth also, before he started the elections, I was the one giving him a blessing for that elections. The day of the result, he called me, he said, Rabbi, I lost. I said, hey, Chief Okuma, look, I'm saying here, you didn't lose, you won. He said, no, it's done. I'm lost. I've lost. He said, no, you won. He said, no, not only that, all the system behind is corrupted. I say, don't worry, I'm telling you, you won. What happened a few months after, told you that they find that people have been cheating. I said, you see, just wait. Till the final point when he sent to me the message, he said, look, I've been appointed because of that. I told you, you won. So all the situation of politics for him, it's with all my blessings, all my heart, because we need to have people on that position also to be able to talk to the ears of the leaders. But at the same time, for many, many weeks, months, I don't hear from him. For me, it's a crucial moment for Botsina Kadisha to move forward about Africa, but at the same time, he's very taken in his activities. So my purpose basically is I try to call him. I send him a message. I say, look, I need to, maybe you have to nominate someone new. Instead of you like this, can work fast. He saw the message, he responded. I explained to him about the fact that I had to run away from Israel. He understood also, he reacted. But about my demand, he didn't have any reaction. So now it's almost 2 months after. And I need to have someone who is basically working with me in a way to go in that next level that I explained to you the last half an hour. So my mindset was to do like this. First of all, to respect the mindset of the Igbo elders and to let them know that we are one in the way to see and to build things. My mindset was to propose that position to Rabbi Pinhas-Eliyahou Shaday. And his position will be supported as an assistant by Rabbi Pinhas-Eliyahou. So the question now is, we have to make it happen, but I don't want to make any problem with Rabbi Kuma who did amazing work, but now he's no more here. It's hard for him to be here and there. And at the same time, we need someone who can be representing the Igbo's logicality, mindset, and Igbo's feeling like, okay, now we have someone who can bring up our words properly. So all this situation, this is what I wanted to bring to you now. Now I spoke enough. I just want to hear from your point of view and opinion. Someone want to speak? You can speak. I explained everything. Now I'm listening to you.
Hello, Rabbi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. My name is Gabriel Omenka Ben Israel. I'm an Igbo from Imo State, Biafra land, occupied by Nigeria and Britain. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I am so overwhelmed with joy and tears that at last, that which we are dreaming about Are you hearing me?
Yeah, now it's good.
The tone good?
Yes.
Okay. I know it very well. And people attack me that what I see in Judaism, in people that are leading today, they are not better than we, they call blacks. I say it and I got attacked all the time because my inner self tells me from my own little elevation that I have acquired in spirituality through esoteric, that the powers that could move us ahead and out from bondage we are in Africa lies in our own hands. And today, that gate is open. The chains are broken. So thank you very much that you tried to help Nigerians through Okuma. I don't hide words, and I'm a man that doesn't fear anybody. And this is why I am where I am today. And, you have done your best, and I think that door has closed. So we have to meditate about it, over it, on it, in it, and flip over and pray to the Creator. Because lead this group now. So I want to thank you very much, And God bless you and keep you for us. Nothing will happen to you. Our prayers will be for your protection. Even if they try it, it will end up to naught. Because those of us that are right in whatever we are doing with clean hands, it's like they told us that you will trample upon the viper and the scorpion, and they will not harm you. So be yourself and be fearless. I thank you, and this is my own contribution today. And whenever I am called to help, I am 24 hours around. Thank you very much. And thank you all, Rabbi Abim, that you have assembled. I'm overjoyed to see the number of people that came today to join. And this is what it is. So in English, sudden situations is always a challenge to a man. And a man is known when he then conquers this sudden situation. So that is it. Thank you very much. Shalom.
Shalom, 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 shalom. Toda, toda. Thank you very much, Rabbi Gabriel Omenka, Ben Israel. I think the wisdom of your age have spoken, and thank you for your prayers. And I think you understand well all my introduction and the development I've said. Toda, toda, and I appreciate, and I know that we can count on your help and your analysis and support. And yes, we have a lot of people on Zoom. We have almost 7 people, plus what we have on Telegram. So for me, the decision we will take today will be very important. So is there somebody else who want to react or to say something about the fact of putting Rabbi Eliyahou Shaday as a representative, about maybe a way to be in contact with Chief Okuma, because I don't have any news for two months. I could try to call him again. I will let him know that we made the meeting. But I'm listening if you have any advice, any option, any question, any orientation.
Rabbi, I want to speak.
Yes.
Zorin to him.
So I'm talking Rabbi Timothy.
One time.
Yeah. Very long.
Happy to see your face again, though.
Yeah, I'm happy too. Shalom, shalom.
My lovey. Happy to see your face again. You have been long. Even I begin to wonder, but in awe, I believe that Hashem is the controller of the affairs of the universe. So no matter how it may be, that he knows about it. So though I'm in my business place now, but I'm trying to control the noise. Make sure I'm concentrated.
Actually, I've been here and...
Okay, my rabbi. For a long time, I've not been following your teachings. It's like I lose contact with you, but not publicly, but let me say privately. Because there was a time I sent message, you didn't reply. And, I think maybe you are so busy at the time. Because of the issue we have with Okuma, I say maybe one information may have been given, maybe negative about me. So, but in turn, I so much believe happened in Akadol Baluku. Rabbi Chindia informed us some days back that you want to have meeting with us. That day, I wasn't around. I traveled to city of Lagos. I came back yesterday, so I told him that I'll be at home before the time. We tried as much as possible best to make sure that our people participated in this meeting. But I have checked the number of participants and got that it is too low. It's too small based on the effort we made so far. But I have to tell you truth and nothing but truth. When I want to speak, I speak with all my mind. That's my life. If I don't want to speak, I shut up. I called one of our elders, one of our known elders today, this morning. I called him yesterday night to make sure that he participated. I didn't get his number. Then I sent him a message. He called me this morning. Then I began to tell him the reason why I called him. I introduced you to him, but he did not understand. Begin to tell me bitter stories, experiences of our people with so many rabbis. Just one telling me that none of them is ready to help you. None of them is ready to help. That he has hosted many rabbis from Rabbi Gori and many of them. After telling me all this is, I wanted to convince him on what I know about you. But the way he's responding, I just ended the conversation. But as the case may be, he told me that we will see one-on-one on this coming Sunday. So when he comes, I will still tell him some things, explain more to him for him to understand that this one is not just like the people they have met before. This one is not white. This one is a black like you. No, having the same experience you are having or you had. I will tell you honestly, not because of maybe for any reason, but out of my heart, I haven't met any rabbi who is so dear to us as black people, as Africa, like you. I haven't, honestly speaking. Even when I'm not having communication with you, I still speak about you. The problem our people are having is this. Some are happening grudges because of bitterness of the past experiences we have with some individuals. But not only that, because our people disappointed some rabbis, some rabbis disappointed other people as well. But when somebody like me personally, when I keep on telling them to go and listen to Rabbi Pinhas-Eliyahou Shaday, because you are one of, I haven't, gone far on your teachings, but the few moments I stayed with you, I am transformed. Honestly speaking, as you are saying now, like you said, being a chief of your people, I'm also representing my kindred as a chief in the cabinet of our people, in the cabinet of our town. And I can only have the courage and the energy and backup to do that because of teaching of Torah, teaching of Orthodox, because I'm not Orthodox. Then your own teaching now made me to realize myself more. Learning to realize myself more. Some people are, let me use that of Okuma, you are complaining. They are on their own interest and business. Let me use the word business. Because I am one of those who challenge him to tell him, look, you are not an Igbo man, as you said, because we have problem with him. We've been trying to manage the situation, but at the time we tried to realize that it will not help us. It will not lead us anywhere, because now we say you are one of us. When you want to make it of us, when you want to benefit something with our name, that's how you do. But when common problems comes up, you deny us. You make mockery of us. We know that maybe the time we are trying to boycott him, I personally think that maybe we will lose your contact. But what I said is, it's better for me to lose than to lose my identity. But if that thing is the will of Hashem, that the truth will one day come out. Because he's not one of us. I got to tell the truth. Okuma is not one of us. He denied it totally. With his own mouth. So, personally to me now, what I'm working and trying to perform myself is to unite my people. Unite Igbo people. If you go out there, here in Igbo, Nigerian Igbo, I don't go with name Nigeria. Let me tell you honestly speaking. I don't go with them Nigeria. I'm living in Nigeria, but I'm not a Nigerian. And this is one of the problems we have with many of our leaders. Those who were in Judaism before us, they always say that they are Nigerian, but we are not Nigerian. Because I cannot practice Torah to the core, the level I want to practice, the way I want to follow Hashem. Nigeria is a problem to me. The government does not know that we exist. And if I want to enter into government politically, I must start to practice diabolically. I cannot be who I am today and see myself in the corridors of power in Nigeria. Nigeria is so corrupt. So, fighting, struggling for liberation is because of what he thinks. And I follow his movement and his teaching because of what I see, what I experience. So, people are having problems here as Nigerians. Nigerians is not very much at all. So, Okuma, as a person, he says in Nigeria. I told him, I live in Nigeria. I live in my father's compound, in my father's house. I'm not living in another man's land there. And I want to practice as a core traditionalist without any mixture of idolatry or moving out of line. So, we're trying to let our people understand, explaining to them why we must come close to you and listen to your teachings. That since I begin to be going ladder, explaining their teachings, hearing from them, none of them have ever told me or taught me what you have taught me. The moment I spend with you, I transform me, knowing fully well that I'm a person. It's through you I begin to realize that what our ancestors practice is Torah. While studying Torah today, I will be looking deep in the Torah to see how that thing affects our life. I will be doing this thing before as a people. And I realize that about 90% of our way of life is rooted in the Torah. Even when I begin to of God, when I begin to realize that most of the way we listened before, I was saying that all these things are evil, all these things are diabolic. That many of them are not diabolic. Though our ancestors dream, we are not denying that. They dream. There are areas they do not follow it well. But it's only a teaching me to realize that as an African, as a big man, as a Igbo man, that I am connected to Hashem. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Maybe if I were to say, I will tell you that for Okuna to do that, our people say that day, so you know that you can't do anything without us. You us as a people, it's a very big group. So we are trying to gather ourselves. We are trying to gather ourselves. We are trying to gather ourselves. So I personally try as much as possible best to make sure that both black movement is widely accepted because it's our own group, our own benefit. This is all I can say for now. We are with you. I personally, we are with you. So another thing is that my brother did not publish this link. I called him on phone before he sent this link personally. The link is not on our platform. So please, my brother, if you are hearing my voice, please, I have checked even while in the meeting to see if this very platform is not on the platform. I called so many individuals yesterday about this meeting. I can only join because you sent the link personally to me. So even if as a man, I said this system, you can still have to stay for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Let's see if some people will stay join. Who do not see the link? Who do not see the link? So,
Shalom, Rabbi Timothy. First of all, thank you very much for your words. We can see that it's sincere.
Please, I'm sorry, please. I want to say something.
Yeah.
You know, as a people, like I keep on telling our people, there are so many challenges we are having as a black people. And some of those challenges and problems, spiritual problems, issues, there are ways our ancestors used to handle those things, those days. Today, as we have from Christianity, that all our tradition and practice are demonic. We disconnect with those things. Then today, somebody is having such a problem, he's saying play. And after playing, you see that nothing happens. I mean, from the level of the last side. Now, today, we are in Judaism. I personally stand for grassroots. That's to pick the studies of Halakha and the Mitzvot. Quite very important. As a leader, people come to me. People consult me for their problem. And I cannot give one what I don't have. And I'm very careful not to soil my hand on trade. But in my own side, I say myself, my Imuna is making me to succeed. But there are some people who are weak. Who need somebody to guide them, direct them. Okay, let me give you, for instance, let me give an example of what I'm saying now. There is what our people is calling dim. For instance, they say that person have spiritual husband. It mostly disturb our women. And when they come to you, they are expecting you to go, the kind of extra mile, having issue. They are saying that person do that, pray, do this, and at the end of it, nothing will happen. These are one of the problems that make our people to be somehow weak in the tradition. And some will leave this entirely and begin to go to the people first. That's not what I'm doing now. You understand me?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now, One of them came to me the other time and telling me that every time he see snake in the dream, snake will be chasing him. You know? Science, physically like this, he will be seeing it as a part. That is having problems with water spirit. You know, such a problem in Africa, in our Igbo tradition here before now. There are ways they do those things. There are some rituals they perform. There are things they go to live and do. Most of the time, the problem will be solved. People will start, they start not to explain those things. But today we are avoiding those things because I can't, you know, what I don't know and I cannot, you know, confirm whether this thing is supported by Torah or is against Torah. I don't put my hand there. But the problem is there. Okay, somebody will tell you that he's having an attack of witchcraft. Witchcraft. All those things, our tradition here, our ancient, our ancestors, they handle those things. They handle those things. They don't see it as issue. They handle it. But here in our own time, no way. Okay, for instance, again, reincarnation. There's what our people practice, they call in Igbo, ebag. That ebag in Igbo. A kind of a practice that which they discover who incarnated so person. Yeah? Because there are some problems somebody will have. They say that it's through your the problem is through your incarnation. But you need to know who they connected to you. And there are some things they do, maybe a kind of problem is there, and the problem is you do. But today, in our dogs and homes, we don't handle those issues. We begin to see our people after coming to Synagogue for Shabbat, to go elsewhere to look for solution for the problem. But in Africa, we have a lot of those practices. But we are trying to avoid those things because of a kind of derailment we explained with our ancestors, you know, having idols and all that. But we are avoiding even to the extent that we don't know how to handle some certain problems that is with us every day, disturbing us. So please, I have said my own, honestly speaking. Thank you.
Toda, Rabbi Timothy. You said many things, many very important things. First of all, thank you for your words. Thank you for your support. The first thing I would say to all the Igbo communities is, first of all, my excuses. Why my excuses? Because, you know, sometimes with the distance, you don't appreciate in the best way the problem when it comes about tribes. And when you're talking now, I spoke about it with Rabbi Shemidi and Rabbi Victor Israel before. When I am Congolese, I know that there is some issue in terms of tribes. And it's not everything you can do with everything, meaning that, for example, me, I'm from the back Congo, the southern part of Congo. So in our tribe, you cannot put someone as a leader if he's not from the same tribes. And the point that you brought up, I spoke about it with Rabbi Victor Israel. I say yes. That kind of situation, you guys never hesitate to tell me straight, because this is problem that I can understand. Yes, in fact, for me from the beginning that we started the project of Otina Kadisha in Nigeria, I was 1,000% sure that it was Igbo. So for me, I didn't enter in the consideration that it can be a problem him being in that position. It's only after, I remember it was a meeting we did maybe before 6 months or 8 months. We had some issue. I think we had all the elders. I think it was with Rabbi Kish. He was also there. And at that moment only, some people told me, no, he's from Yoruba, he's not Igbo. But you know, there's something important in the wisdom of our sages and the wisdom of our ancestors. It's never to make somebody ashamed in public, no matter the mistake he did. So when at that moment, I remember Chief Rabbi Kish said, no, you are not Igbo, you are Yoruba. And Chief Okuma said, no, my mom is from an Igbo descendant. So I kept it for me, because for me it's very important to know how to bring up and to represent good values and ethics, morality, because this is what is the perfect vessel for the power you receive as a rabbi, as a tribal chief, or as a spiritual chief. So in that case, you have to let time and space make that work. And the time brought the situation. He was elected. He became very important in politics and doesn't have any time for us. I'm not upset, because for me it's the end of what I've noticed at the same moment. Because when we were trying to find someone to start the Otina project in Nigeria, we are looking for people who can be that kind of personality who can gather. But everything was untold. So I have no anger against him about the fact, but I have to say my excuses to you about the fact that that point wasn't handled properly according to the tradition of the place. The Torah says like this: you have to respect the tradition of the place, not to bring your mindset. So for all the Igbos, chiefs, elders, who thought maybe that the position of Okuma was being settled with purpose and strategy to disrespect them or to show that we are doing things in another way, it wasn't the case at all. And even after that, all the action I've been doing, even the response I wrote about Kanevsky, it was all about putting in light the Igbo's situation and stories. This is the first point. The second point is about the personal relationship I had with all of you. From the moment when you put someone to be a representative of a structure in a place, you have to let him to build the suits of leader. If every time I have to go and speak instead of him, basically I'm telling to him, your position is just a fake position. I'm the one doing. And my purpose was never that Igbo people, Nigerian people think that I'm getting involved, I'm taking the position of this is me and only me. No. The purpose is to give tools to people to let them know that they have to become like me and more than me. That's why every time I give mood, I give all the sources, all the books, to let people, even if it's pictured, you can study by your own. The purpose is not to say that someone is in the position and that position is forever. No. The purpose is to bring up all the global level of Torah inside of Africa, inside of Nigeria, inside of Igbo people. So based on that, sometimes, you have to react. That's why when you were writing to me, I answer straight sometimes. But sometimes you have to stop to let people understand that, look, if there is a representative there, the best way for him to grow up is to be in front of the real problem. Because a real leader is not someone who is sitting with a leader. No. The real leader will be seen when the way he will be handling all the problems. If you have no problems, no issue, no fight, no health issue, no money issue to handle with, We cannot see if you're a real leader or a fake one. Sometimes you have to let the one you choose to be the representative to be in front of that situation to see the way he handled. Many stories have been brought up to me about Kuma. I have many stories, but I never do things in a way that people think that I'm looking for my own interest. When I have to turn my back, I turn my back fast. No, I give time and space and trust. Many situations you even don't know, I help him to handle because he did mistakes. Not only with you, with some people overseas. I know. I've been called many times. But the purpose is always to know how to let time and space make the work. Because if you go too fast, you can create deep damage. That's why today my purpose was to sit with you to tell you exactly where we are going to the next level. Because all these things get at least you trust about what is taught, and the way your identity, your culture respected. Like I've been said, I was in Cameroon before a few weeks with many tribal chiefs coming from a different country for my tribal chief invitation. Before that, I'm a rabbi, meaning I have to talk with them to understand what we're doing, because I think are dangerous. You're dealing with the soul. And I ask them like this, few questions. I say, look, when you talk about make someone tribal chief, you give to him some power. So they say yes. So the power, we know how we pass it. It's a private situation. I say, look, we know that many rabbis, many sages of the Torah, what you call Ifa, they call it Organuz, the hidden light, black light. When you look in that books and you see the way about that Organuz, that black light, you see that this is the Father. They talk about you being able to see on the other side, to understand what are reincarnation, to know what is the language of the bird, the language of the flame, the language of the water, the language of this. Ari HaKadosh himself said, all this knowledge have been given to the back. Back doesn't mean bad. Back means that you have two aspects of spirituality. The face, what you show, and the back, what you hide. And why is it hidden? Because not everybody can put his hand on this power. That kind of power, if they are not used by people who are really initiated, they can become very dangerous for human beings. I was lucky about all the tests we went through, that all these elders who come from different countries, now there were 10. Sitting say, no, we know. First of all, we had to ask to the ancestor if you have to receive that light that we called Fa, that they called Ifa, that you called Organuz. The answer was yes. After they ask which level of that light we should give to him, all these questions. So to tell you now, today, we have to go to that level of showing to the people, look, we will be always giving you our hands if you want to collaborate, Mr. Ashkenazi, Sfaradi, Mizrahi. We have no problem. We don't know what is hatred. We know what is to serve Hashem with faith and to keep our tradition and ancestors proud. But today, if you are not ready to help us, we will be helping ourselves. Because in one day, if we know how to work together, we can become among 5 or 6 countries the biggest Jewish community in the world in one day. In that case, the bigger you are, the most powerful you are. You will not be telling us who is Jew. We will be telling you who is Jew. Why now we are in that situation? Because We have 13 million Jews in the world. And for example, the Igbo, you are maybe more than 50 million. If Judaism was structured in your tribe, you will be the biggest Jewish community. And no one will tell you who you are. You will be telling to the other who they are or not. And not only that, just because they don't give to you access to the study, to the Hebrew, to the Halacha, they think that they no. Your ancestor gave you the highest level of Torah, and they are kept in the village. By just adding to that the basics, what they call Halacha, Torah and Mitzvot, you become the leaders. You define what you define even the way to do Shabbat. Because if you talk to your elders, you will say that your Shabbat is not about Sunday or Saturday. Shabbat is based on the moon phases. New moon Shabbat, half moon Shabbat, full moon Shabbat, new moon Shabbat. That's it. It's not me saying. You can hear. But they changed. They called the only calendar with the Gregorian calendar. We start to make Shabbat on Saturday. Who told them to do that? But now we're trapped. We have to respect because they are the one defining what is being true or not. So to let you know that this is where we are going. That's why now I'm ready to come. Because I couldn't come in Nigeria meeting the real leaders without being able to talk with them at the same level. Because all the initiation about Fa or Ifa, with all the humility, I can say, I have it, I receive it. It took a long time, but I had to go through, make people understand that our Torah is talking about freedom, and the place where that reality is exposed actually is really, really in Africa. So we have many reasons to be proud of ourselves, proud of our heritage, but we have now to write it down and to prove it. That's why I need now a new group, a new leadership, where we will be connecting high level of Torah study and reappropriation of the holiness of our ancestors' tradition. Doing this and that, the ancestors themselves, they will be blessing us about the fact that the Torah want to bring. Why the things don't work till now? It's because our ancestors were protecting us. The elder you call is right. Because all the rabbis, when they came in Africa, the purpose is not to be able to let us be as like them or more than them. The purpose is to see if they can use what we have. I find a story about my own family and about some family in other countries in Africa where rabbis came to steal the sack, the bag of the chief of some of our families, and to bring them up to Europe. Many rabbis. A personal story about one of the tribal chiefs who initiated me to the Fa. He said, my grandfather used to be the one who was keeping all the bags of the tribal chiefs because he had a house. One night, German, Italian, French, before 100 years, they came to his house to steal all the bags. If you know your tradition, you know that inside of the bags you have stones, you have many things inside. That's all only for the chief. They brought them in Europe, and at the same way, they took a knife, they opened the side, they thought that he will die. See, my grandfather took all the intestine he had out, he put it in a kind of vessel, he wrapped himself, and he lived like this 25 years after he died. This is the reality. Reality that some of our sisters are living in the village. They see Europeans, rabbis coming, trying to get that power and to start to become popular on internet on this thing to say I perform miracle. No. We knew that and we kept it secret. So when I finished all the level of initiation, the things were clear. Now we can gather. Now we can work in the real level with, first of all, I said the Nigerian. That's why straight I call Rabbi Pinhas-Eliyahou Shaday and Victor Israel. I called them, said, now we have to go. I told him all the things. So now my purpose really is to give you that information and to let you decide what should be the way to collaborate. Why I think about Rabbi Pinhas-Eliyahou Shaday? Because all this year he didn't keep his money to pay the mega to be at 10 minutes, 20 minutes of one of my limud. Not because my limud are important at all. Don't think like that. Because I know he saw me read that books, all these books. He heard many things have been said these last years. And I think even if he knew all the situation, he always keep quiet, keep silence to let things happen. Even when things were going bad with Okuma's leadership, he kept calm. And I know that he appreciates all the things we had the merit to receive. And is someone who knows how to fight for the proudness of his identity. But after that, we have to be clever, like I always say. You have to know what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. And also what are the strengths of your enemies and what are their weaknesses. So for all this point, we need a new leadership with him, but also with him being surrounded by people. And based on that, my idea is to start everything, not for zero, because I don't want to create any problem with Chief Okuma. I don't want him to have any problems also. So I know he has his organization, his NGO. The best is to create something new, and to start a new process, and to see where we're gonna make that NGO creation, which city, how we're gonna do everything. But I need it before that to have the okay of not only you, with all the respect, but also you, Rabbi Timothy, because you're a tribal chief of all the tribal chief and the ancestors, the elders. Because now I cannot perform a single thing without the okay of the tribal chief, the official one, and the ancestors. For the ancestors, we can talk. We can talk without internet. I have no problem for that. So that's why I wanted to meet you now. So after that meeting, all my purpose will be to ask to you, based on what I proposed about the leadership, so, Rabbi Pinhas-Eliyahou Shaday being helped by Rabbi Victor Israel, but to know what the elders, when I say elders, I say the real elders. Now you know that we are talking. It's not only the face, it's also the back. The real elders are saying, if you have to break kola nuts, break kola nuts. When they will be asking what will be happening with us, don't say Rabbi Pinhas. Say Rabbi Kitoko Diake Semara. This is my village name. Rabbi Pinhas-Eliyahou Shaday, I have all the information. I need you to check all these things first before any moves. I need the ancestors, I need the elders, I need the tribal chiefs to know exactly where we are going and to let me know what they see in the kola nuts, in the kori. I want them to see, to talk. It's not sorcery. This is wisdom. This is vision. This is Ruach HaKodesh. It's not me saying. It's written in the Torah. See the story when Yosef received the brothers. After he put his cup in Benjamin's bag. When they went away, he said to Menashe, go catch Benjamin back, because I think he took my cup. What Menashe was saying to the brothers of Yosef, he said, This is the way you pay back the kindness which I've been giving to you. You don't know that this is the cup where my master is making his divinations. It's written. I give you a secret that the elders gave to me when I received my initiation to the Fa. That very pasuk is the pasuk that the ancestors, they know that Yosef had the Fa. That's it. This is where they know that Yosef at Tzaddik had the Ifa. He had it. Why? Because he took the cup and can see inside, say, what's happened? It's written in the Torah, in your Bible. There's nothing to be ashamed to be African and to have what the heritage we have. And he brought the level of the Ifa so high that they call it kutnot. This is the clothing that his father sew for him. It's the clothes, it's the code. And when Pharaoh saw that, he said, I need to learn from you. That's why he left the leadership to Yosef. So Pharaoh is the one who basically went to study the Fa in the stool of Yosef. So I said everything I need to say, but I need you now to talk to the real one. To say, I want you to break your collar, not to do everything you know about the holiness of our tradition. Check that situation. What should be done in the project that Rabbi Pinhas, don't say Pinhas, I will write my name exactly how you will have to say it. What is he saying? Should we move forward or not? Yes or not? What is the purpose? And who should be inside? And after we talk again. So in Zoom, this is my name. This is my family name in capital. And this is my first name. Here it is. So please, ask you to check it. Ken, yes.
Rabbi, please, I'm talking to Rabbi Pinhas, please. Because I know that it will be a kind of disturbance to him. I chat him on WhatsApp now. Many people want to join the meeting, but they don't see the link. Please, I see somebody complaining again now that there's still no link. I don't know if he's hearing me, if he's hearing my voice. Let him respond.
I'm hearing you loud and clear. Don't worry, let me repost the link.
Repost it in our major platform. Many people, you know, somebody complain now that he's not getting the meeting. Why? Okay, we'll continue.
Yeah. So this is the point. This is the element I wanted to tell you. And there's nothing to be ashamed about our tradition because this is the highest level of what is the topic, the main topic of discussion of the tzaddikim, which are in the front. They all knew that the organus, this is what gives you access to the invisible world, to the communication with the lost soul, with the dead men, dead souls, with the ancestors. It's known. If you study the book of Arakadosh, he was walking and seeing souls, and the souls were telling him where they were buried. That's kind of story you and me, we knew it from the village.
Hello, Rabbi Pinhas, please, I want to say.
Yes. Shalom.
Rabbi, I want to say something.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. How are you, Rabbi?
Baruch Hashem, I'm good.
Yes, I'm very, very impressed for everything you have said. I'll be here listening to everyone. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's good now.
So I'm very impressed. Thank you very much. So because I want to leave, so before I leave, I have a little question to ask you.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm listening.
Yeah, the question I have is that I just want to know how do you want to help the Igbo Jewish community? What plan do you have for us, and how do you?
It's like this. Botsina Kadisha had to achieve another level in terms of knowledge about African tradition. it's not enough to know about Torah and to help people without knowing the secret behind their identity. I know that in terms of Jewry, the Igbos, there are no doubts. But now in terms of tradition, people have to say also that there is no doubt. And I know that.
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah. So the purpose will be to know how we can work with the tribal chief and the traditional chief in a very high level, to be able to show to the Igbos and to the all Africans who want to connect to Torah that we have to accept one thing. People will not help us. We have to understand that. People will not help us. Maybe one and a few here and there, yes. But to help us, to let us be what we are, they will not help. So the purpose for us will be to ask one question. What should we do now? How do we work now to be able to create our own power, own strength, in order to bring them to be obliged to accept us, no matter if they want or not? This is the point, because many people like you and me in Africa, they are suffering. They want to live Judaism, they want to live their Torah, but they have no possibility, no access. Even the small place of Torah, they don't give to them access to that place. They are not welcome. So we have to use the power of our tradition, which is related to the highest level of Torah, in order to bring down the solutions. So the purpose is like this. We have to make one, the wisdom of Torah and the wisdom of our ancestors. This is what will give strength, freedom, and everything the Igbo need about their own issue. And also for my tribes in Congo and so on.
Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, shalom.
Shalom, Rabbi.
Shalom, Rabbi Kish. How are you?
Good, and you?
Baruch Hashem.
Good to see you.
Yeah, for a while, right?
Yeah.
So we have been in meeting for 1 hour now. Don't worry, it has been recorded, so it will be sent to you.
I miscalculated the time. I thought it was still in front, and
No problem. It's we brought up many topics, and the main point was about explaining to people what we want to do next.
So Rabbi Pinhas,
Yeah.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Do you have any knowledge of Igbo tradition?
I have very knowledge about the Congolese tradition and about the Cameroonian tradition, but I know that all the African tradition, in the real level, they are the same. That's why I say, go and ask them to check. And if they want to talk to me face to face, no problem.
I think you have not answered. You have not answered my question. I said, do you have any knowledge of Igbo tradition? Because why I'm asking you this, that I'm Chief Eri, from one of the kingdom.
Shalom.
So, and before we accept you as our leader, as an Igbo spiritual leader, at least you have to know the knowledge of Igbo tradition. You understand?
It's very simple. I gave you the answer.
Do you have any knowledge about Igbo tradition of Igbo?
I gave you the answer. I'm initiated to the Ifa. That's it. We can go and talk and ask what does it mean. If someone said to you that I have the Ifa,
yes,
so you have the answer.
Okay. Okay. All right. This is what I have for us to ask. But this thing is very interesting. Baruch Hashem.
Toda Rabba, Toda Rabba. You know, it's not about me. It's because we had one vision at the beginning, and I made elders who were making that work for many, many centuries. We just become new. We came new. They keep secret. They keep things which are, like I said, which are written in the Torah's books, the real books, not the books that people want you to keep in your library. When it's about that, there is wisdom. And that wisdom said that there is no limitation to communicate with our elders, with our ancestors, with being alive or not. We know what is the way to connect well with HaKadosh Baruch Hu by using their advices. This is the purpose. And it's not me saying, it's written in the Torah. Why people used to tell you, go to your tzaddik graves, lay on his graves and ask him for support to be a better man in your Torah. When you see that in your books, why are you not offended? Why are you not shocked? Arya Kadosh, Rambam, telling you to go on a tzaddik grave, to lay on it, and to ask him for support and help to be a better Jew. It's not enough to pray? Same thing. This is the way for us. We grew up with that, to understand that our ancestors, they are here for us. Not for what they call sorcery, no. To let us know what is the way to find the light, to connect with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So, the Igbos, the Bassa, the Congo, we have the same tradition. I can prove it easy.
All right. Yeah, it was about what you're saying. Rabbi, the Ifa and the Afa, they are the same family. Ifa, Afa, then the Yorubas, you call it Ifa too. It is the Afa that we will do in our place.
Yes, the same.
We have the same family.
So that Kish, you get it.
Yeah.
So all the purpose was now, like I said, to have a new leadership, because I have no news for Chief Okuma for many, many months. Even if I explained to him why I had to leave Israel in a hurry, because threatening was on us in the Shiva about the fact that we are talking too much about Africans, hardness, tradition, and the credibility about Torah. Things were very serious, but you know, when you're a man. So I have my networks and also who were planning what against us. So I had to escape, even if the office is still open and would be still open there, but to escape with all the students. Brought student by student back in his family's place. Not people will say, look, this Rabbi Pinhas, he started everything with the Torah, he brought Africa, talk politics, talk the kids, our kids. Hazve Shalom. So I had to bring them back. The one who in Madagascar brought it back. The United States brought him back. France brought him back. Every single student. Just because of the truth we want to bring up. Even if I said many times, the purpose of our limit was not to take the place of anyone. It was to say there's place for everybody. And it's also time for us to have our own places. So, like I said, in the level we go now, we need a new dynamic of work. That's why my proposition was to put Chief Rabbi Eliyahou Shaday as a new representative and to start a new process, because I have no news from Rabbi Okuma, even if I let him know that I needed a new leadership in Nigeria, because I know that he's very taken with the political tasks. So I have no news, but I have to move forward. That's why I had to speak with all the Igbos. First of all, to say, like I said to last time, my excuse is about the fact that I didn't underestimate the fact that we need to take in consideration the tribal origins. Even if it's not racism, it's important. Myself in Congo, it's not every tribe where I can be handled. So when you, Rabbi Kishu, brought the fact that Rabbi Okuma wasn't an Igbo man, I noticed information, but I could never disrespect someone in public or make him ashamed. I keep the information and let the time and the space make their work. But I understood that this is also the major point that brought our work not to be smooth. Because as Igbo, it's normal for you to be sure that someone who is leading the Judaism point will be Igbo as you are. Because the same point is what also is performed for myself in Congo. If I'm not from Southwest Congo, people are not believing that anything is real when we talk about spirituality. So I understand your position. That's why I brought my script to Rabbi Timothy. But now the point is, we have to understand that we have to let the joke in the back and understand how now to work to bring ourselves to be enough strong to bring everybody on the table with us as Africans to say, when we are in Torah, don't think that we are begging. We are claiming our identity. It's not about you giving us a gift. It's about us being in our position. So this is why we need to see how we can work. But like I say the last time, any one of you who can have the news from Chief Okuma, I will be happy to talk to him because I'm trying to join him. I know he's very busy, but we have to know now how to perform, to go to the next level with which team. Because like I said, in one day, we Africans can become the biggest Jewish community. And we can define the rules and say who is what and what is what. And not to wait people to define for us what we are and what we are able to ask or not. So this is a small summary about what has been said the last hour and a half.
Okay, Rabbi, if I may ask you something.
Yeah.
Sorry, I came late. Like I said, I thought it was at like 3 p.m. So I was just calling him there to know. But he visited my car. I didn't know he was in the meeting. I was doing nothing here. So, but what I want to understand, he said, in the movement about the truth we want to bring out.
Yeah.
So, maybe if I may know what the truth is, because in my studies and my research, I kish but Anya already moving away.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I came to understand that the real Hebrew, the real Israelites of old were never Europeans. They were black people. Let the truth be told. If the truth is coming out, the truth should come out, because if we're expecting a Mashiach to come, they might come in the form we don't expect. That the Jews were never, white people were never Europeans. So I don't know if this is truth you want us to know and what made it to leave Jerusalem. So let us know, because already I'm already believing this already. I don't know what you think about it.
Exactly.
One day.
Exactly. This is the point. But not only that, because that point, many people brought it up. Many people brought it up about that reality. And that's why, for example, many people have been attacked lately, the last month, about that kind of position, being Kanye West and so on. When I'm talking about the truth, is based on what you are saying, but also to know that many things which have been said in the top book of secret of Sod are talking about what we have, the tradition we have. That our tradition has never been a sorcery. They have been changing it to deprogram, or I don't know how to say it in English, us with, or to disconnect us with our ancestors. That ultimate truth is to say that the organus that we are talking about, that organus is the Father, Ifa, the Alpha. This is the name. When I'm saying like this, you have to understand, I give you a secret. When my initiation was performed, some tzaddikim came. Real tzaddikim. I'm not talking about the tzaddikim that we call tzaddik because he's with a black hat. Some tzaddikim came to say, yes, we had that. We had that Ifa, that Alpha, that Fa that you had. We had it. That's why we could see from one side of the world to the other side of the world. So what is the truth I want to bring up? Not only to say that we are the real Hebrews. These people can always contest you. They can say this is your way to understand history. The real truth to say, okay, if you say that you know better than us, let's now be real and see. Because you guys say that there's no more prophecy. There's no more Ruach HaKodesh. There's no more thing like that. We say that we can perform that. Let's see. Let's bring it up, because all the books you don't want to study, why you don't want to study it? Because you're thinking about the things that we kept. This is the truth that will bring us to let them know that because we got higher tools than you, you are not allowed to tell us who we are. Because you cannot even handle the tools that we handle. So we define ourselves and we create the whole system, the whole world for ourselves, from not conversion, but reconnection to the Torah, our own kashrut, our own things, because this is the point. It's all about money. For them, it's about money.
I never supported conversion because I know I'm not second-class Hebrew.
Exactly. So my purpose is now your position, your history, my position, my history, and the reality for Africa. What kind of strategy we have to do now to be able to bring it back? All the last study I've been doing since I went away from Israel, it's all about revealing the holiness of our continent and the holiness of our tradition where it's written, where we find it written. And no one is contesting what I'm saying. It's just everywhere. No one is talking, because every time the book is in front of them. So another question, the level where we want to go, it's not about what I think. It's not about what I appreciate or what you think with all due respect. It's about what the ancestors will confirm or not also. Because this is the only way we will be sure to move forward. Because if it's about mind ideas, mind mindset, we will be turning around. We'll make mistakes. And good things and mistakes. But where we are now, the situation is crucial. We know that people are tired about the fact that giving hands to people who don't want to help you at all. You know your identity, you know your culture, they say no, you are not. People coming telling you what you are or what you are not, even if you know who you are. So all these points, if we want to remove it, we have to be strong in our strategy about bringing up some knowledge, some specific book, and to build, that is the third part of the truth, to build our own nusach. It's not to build something from the zero, it's to take what is written in the books and what our ancestors have been performed as a way to keep the halacha. Because the way they were keeping it was higher than what the higher level of Orthodox are keeping it now.
Ken.
The point.
Shalom, Rabbi.
Shalom.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
No,
I'm Dr. Bioraguno.
Yeah.
Rabbi, I've been listening to you. Indeed, you really want to help us. Most of the things you see, in fact, virtually everything you see is truth. The people we call the Ashkenazis today are from the kingdom of Ashkenazis referred to in the book of Genesis chapter 10 and in the book of Jeremiah. They were descendants of Japheth. The Torah made it very clear. He called them by name and said that they are going to fight Babylon, which is the Iranians today, the Arabs, the ancient Babylon. He says he's going to fight them. They are the people that were used actually to drive the Arabs out of the Holy Land. They are from the kingdom of Ashkenaz, which actually they are descendants of Japheth. The secrets are coming out. And we thank you for the immense work you are doing. You have been trying to help our people. The area I want to speak on today is on the issue of Okuma. Hello, Rabbi.
Yeah.
He's hearing you.
Yeah, I'm in.
We who are Igbos, we believe that we are the sons of the covenant.
What are you doing there? Come.
Most of us here, the Igbos, believe that we are the sons of the covenant, that we are born in the tradition. I have to be very honest to you. We don't want to create a problem for you or a problem between you and Okuma. The truth is this. It will be very difficult for the Igbo Jews to work with Okuma. It's going to be a difficult task. If anybody here is telling you that it will be an easy task, it's not telling you the truth. As a distinct entity, see us as a sub-country of its own. Nigeria is passing through a lot of political upheavals now. And a lot of people are working based on their tribal inclinations. The Igbos are the receiving end currently in Nigeria. And a lot of things are being politicized. For any Igbo man who is in this tradition, it will be difficult for us to trust anybody who is outside our tribe to lord it or to rule us. We would like a situation where you see us, just as you see other small countries of Africa, see us distinct. Majority of those who are practicing Judaism in Nigeria are Igbos. Judaism in Nigeria started in Igbo land as far back. So, the truth is that we have tried to work with Okuma, but it was very, very difficult. That was why we started organizing ourselves. Before now, we have been seeing ourselves as Nigerian Jews. Everybody. We open our arms to embrace him. But along the way, our people were passing through a lot of difficult times. We were being maltreated by the government. He was doing as if he doesn't even feel what we are feeling. We felt it bitterly. He made us to start organizing ourselves. We started forming platforms of Igbo Jews. For us to tell you that it will be very easy to come back and accept his leadership, it's going to be very difficult. We understand the fact that the more the merrier.
Which one?
It's, as it stands, we have to be honest with you. See us as a distinct entity, the Igbo Jews, differently. See us as a sub-country, another country of its own, even though we are still in Nigeria. But the truth is that we go far with you if we are recognized as Igbos, not as Nigerians. If we are recognized as Igbos, we go extra mile with you to any length, and you are going to be happy with the results. But as far as we are classed as Nigerians, and we are to operate under Okuma leadership, it will impede our flow with you so much. The secrets you have been revealing is what we have right here in our land. We have more spiritual lives than you can get in any other Nigerian land, a tribe. A lot of DJs here. And the Alpha, which you have been calling or mentioning, Alpha, is what they operate with 24 hours here. But because the white man have already told us to hate all their practices, none of us wants to look their way. We condemned it vehemently. And today the truth is coming back. All the traditions which the Europeans found with us, some they stole. A lot of our idols are in their museum. When the Portuguese came here, the first map they drew, they recognized us as people who are Israelites, and they called this place Kingdom of Judah in the map of 1747. They knew this fact. Later, this map was brought down because they don't want us to know our identity. Yet, we were once referred as Kingdom of Judah, right here in West Africa. So the truth you are revealing, we quite agree with you. We accepted everything perfectly. We believe you have the heart of God to help us. We have no problem with your proposals, sir. We are ready to go far with you. But please, this leadership under Okuma should be shared. See us as a distinct unit, and we are going to go far with you. Majority of us will not be happy to go back under Okuma's leadership. I have to be very blunt. Thank you, sir.
Toda.
Shalom.
Shalom, 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 shalom. Toda. Thank you very much. Avinu. All the purpose of this meeting was that point, to talk about the settlement of a new leadership. Because the last month, like I said, I have no news. Even if I spoke with him directly to talk about the fact that I need to put a new person in Nigeria in order to have another dynamic. Because I know that the level where I want to bring things, it's not serious. It's too serious. We need people who understand that time has to be given in priority to that task and not to other things. And I know now he's busy because even my words, my message, I have no answer yet. Even if I told him, yeah, I'm planning to put somebody else. He said, okay, no problem, we talk. Now it's about 1 month and a half. It's about 1 month and a half. So, like I said also before, half an hour, all the purpose is to say, like I said, I understand that very issue about being from the same tribe or not when it comes about leadership, and especially when it's the question of Torah. And I said my excuses for the fact that for some of you it has been painful. Like I said, from the beginning for me, I was sure that Okuma was an Igbo. It's only at the meeting we had with Rabbi Kish at that time that Rabbi Kish brought up that fact, that I noticed that fact, but I never used it against him. Not to be called someone who take profit of a situation to throw a man in the sea. I keep quiet. And I say, time will be the best partner. So that time brought him to be elected, to be someone with tasks, and to have no time for Botsina Kadisha, for the spirituality that we are building. That's why many people have been calling me, complaining that they have no more studies, no more limud, no more connections, no more this, no more that. So I openly speak to Rabbi Shimidia and Victoria Strait to say, look, this is the point. Can you talk to that person, because they have been writing to me to say that they don't have any Torah. This is the only thing I'm here for. I'm not here to get people money. I don't need people money. It's to give to people tools. And they say I have no tools because nothing is given to them for a while. And some of them have been paying money, things I didn't know. But this, I keep it for me. It will be between me and Okuma. So the purpose now for me is to say, where I'm now, I'm not coming from my own. I'm coming from some direction that the ancestors are asking. Something new has to be put in that place, because that place cannot be out of what you received now. Yes, you went to Cameroon. Yes, you are from Congo. Yes, you have the Gabonian, the Angolese, and so on. They understand what you're doing, but Nigeria is a crucial place. And all the elders and the tzaddikim who understand about what you are saying, you have to be sitting together to talk, to know exactly what to do and where to bring things in the next month. That's why what we are saying now, it's not a small thing. The purpose tomorrow, it will be to sit about tribal chiefs, tribal spiritual leaders, and to see what we can do and we can do it to help our people to recover the proudness about identity and history. This is the point. So thank you for your words. I agree with you 1000%. And the new leadership have to be made based on our discussion and also the approval of the elders and the ancestors.
So Rabbi, if I may still go back a bit,
Yeah.
from what you just told us here now, the ways of our ancestors that the Europeans came and told us is fetish, is this, is that, and now in the way of Torah, the ways of our ancestors is the original way.
Yes, because this, you can only see it if you really go deep in your study. If you really open the ancient book, the book which were written before Arya Kadosh, the book of the Tanaim, the book of the time of Rabbi Akiva, not the Gemara only, that books. I was lucky to have that books in front of my eyes the last years. And going deep inside, I saw how rich, how great is the heritage of our ancestors in terms of knowledge. They consider them, but this is the reason why some tzaddikim in Israel, they live for. We just want to achieve that small things. To understand how to read in the water. It's written in all these books. To understand what the flame is saying. To understand what the bird is saying. So when I finish my Ifa, and this knowledge has been passed to me, and I say, look, so you pass it to me like this? They say, yes, because you're African. It's your heritage. Take it. And you pay the price for it, not money. Price of going to the jungle, to go, in the forest, in the back.
Yeah.
To stay there. You fast. And he say, yes. I said, but this is what people are fighting for in the other side. They say, yes, we know. We know. Because you can talk to all the rabbis, Just ask them, Rabbi, what is the bird saying? And in this own book, Rakadosh said, a real tzaddik have to have that abilities, that qualities. If not, but it's just a man thinking. So when I saw that, I say, look, all the book I'm been teaching, studying, they were talking about what we have. We have nothing to be ashamed of. I just needed to see it, to prove it written that this is the point to achieve. So what did they do to hide this lake? They say, no, the generation went down. We cannot perform what the generation of before were doing. No, you are lying. Because the generation of before, they were honest to admit that they were going to Africa. Like it's written in the Gemara. Rabbi Akiva himself sent sage to the lands of Africa to ask to them, how do you write Litotafot? It's written in the Gemara, Maseret Tamid. So Rabbi Akiva wasn't ashamed to say, look, I'm saying people to have information. But you are ashamed. You want to hide it. That's why you have no knowledge. And you think that everything is about mastering your mind by knowing some argue, by talking like a lawyer. No, it's not Torah. Torah is truth. Boom. Tell me what is the truth. Who I am. Can you read in my forehead, in my hands? Tell me. Where I should go. Right, left, right. What's the bird saying? What's the water saying? Explain to me. You cannot sit down. Let the others do the things.
Yeah, thank you, Rabbi. I remember in 2019.
Yeah.
I went to Israel with my wife. I went through Kabbalah Center International. So we were doing energy tours, going to Zadikim places, and so each time we go to a Zadikim place, we went to Rabbi Parfon, Rabbi Hannes, and so on and so on. And so each time we go to Zadikim place, they will bring a bottle of whiskey or vodka and biscuits. So we make bracha and eat. So I asked them, why do we make this? Say, when you make a bracha over vodka or whiskey or biscuit in the place of Zadikim, it means you commune, you eat with the Zadikim. And he's aware that you came and he bless you. And I looked at, I told my wife, this is exactly the same thing I do in my village. Exactly. I go to the place of the Zadikim, I go to find wine, I get good some food. After making the blessing, after talking, you put some food for them, put some wine for them, you eat some, you drink some. So I told my wife, so does it mean I spent thousands of dollars to enter the place and come to here to do what is in my village? What stupidity is this? I was so angry. There was a day. Yes. Yeah. So there was a day by 2 a.m. I was in the Hydra where they wrote the Zohar. Yeah. And from there we went to the burial places. I told my wife, what are we doing here? I have where they bury my great grandfathers. I don't go there. Now I'm here in somebody's great grandfather's burial ground praying, and me and my proper Hebrew, I know when they say Elokei Abraham, Elokei Isaac, Elokei Yaakov, Elokei Avotenu, the Avotenu there links to my own father. If my father is Okafor or Keke, he is the Avotenu. Now I'm praying, I'm saying Avotenu, I'm taking somebody else's father as ancestor to do mine. It means my prayer does not have connection to Hakadosh Baruch Hu. So I have to go back to my root. And when I say Elokei Avotenu, I know Onyanta, I know Ofukete, I know Arachime, I know Ezachime. Those who are my ancestors who linked me to Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham. And then my connection will be secure. I'll be able to connect with the heavens and I receive what is meant for me. But if I come here in Israel and they key into what the white man says is their ancestors, it is theirs and not mine. And I know that mine somehow is superior. That's my belief, my opinion. I told my wife we have to go back. So what I do and do with her, each day she come and tell me, my husband, tomorrow is the Hilula of this and this Zadikim. I say, please tell me which day is the Hilula of my own grandfather. That's the person I'm going to light candle for, not the person in Jerusalem who I never knew. The Hilula of my great grandfather should be done here. So when I light candle for him, he is not dead. He is alive in Shamayin. He sits in the judgment when my case is discussed. So he would see me as a worthy son and bless me properly, because the person in Israel who is at the king there, he is going to bless his children first before he blesses. But my own grandfather will bring my case first before Kadosh Baruch Hu. So that's what I've been trying to practice. That if you want to do Hilula of somebody in Israel, I look for Hilula of maybe Okekoka for here and light candle for him.
You are right, Rabbi Kish. It's exactly that. You know, when you do, I give you one example, fact story. Before you do your Fa, or your Afa, or your Ifa, they will ask you to quote 7 generations of your ancestor.
Exactly. That is how we do. When you want to start praying, you say, you call your father, call your grandfather, you call them, and they say they should come and Taoji, come and take call or not. You start from there to pray.
Exactly. And you know, this is a blessing. Why? Because many Ashkenazi Sfaradim, they cannot even quote 3 generations. They don't know who they are. They don't know. Me, I have my generation, I need to quote them till the early 18th century. Quote them. Ba, 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 ba. And like you said, the tzaddik that they go on the grave, he will first bless his own son. That's why even when someone came say, no, I'm the grandson of this. I'm the grandson of this. They give to him more respect than you. If someone say, hey, I'm the grandson of Rambam, they say, yeah, it's a grandson. Even if he's don't know any Torah, they respect him. So they give first to their own kids. Let me give you one truth. When we talk with the ancestors, we talk about real stuff. Real stuff. I'm telling you, in that word, Rabbi Kish, the tzaddikim, we are quiet. Our ancestors are leading. I'm telling you, in that word, the invisible word. I'm telling you, I saw Ari Akadosh waiting to let one of my sister, Papa Simo Kimba, will talk. Say, we will do that. Do the far. So this you
and
can.
That is it. And for me, that is why most times to make prayers don't receive answer. And true, because we're not praying through our hands. We're praying through somebody's ancestor somewhere.
Exactly. So this is all the point I wanted to bring up to let you know and see what is basically the result after 4 years of hard working we are doing in Jerusalem. And now we have to make summary to know where we are going.
Yes.
So that's why I'm asking to you with all my heart, I beg, go and find out all the elders. Break the collar knot that you should have to break. Check everything. I gave to you on Zoom and on Telegram my name. Check. I don't want you to do things by emotions or by feelings or by sensations. Go and check. Ask to them what should be done. We as Igbo, with that man called family name Kitoko, first name Diakese Mara, is also called Rabbi Pinhas. What should we do with him? At the point where we are, we have to go to that level, because I don't need tomorrow people say, no, he's trying to manipulate, he's trying to do. No, we have to do what the ancestor will be saying. It's not a moment of joking, because our lives are on the line. People want to kill us just because we brought that truth up. That's why I'm asking to all of you. My proposal is like this. We have to bring that truth, like you said, Rabbi Kish, to be a fact in our daily life. We have to do it with a new leadership. And my proposal is to put Rabbi Eliyahou Shaday as a representative, because he's the one who gave to me a lot of time this last year to listen to every single details I was bringing up in terms of Torah. And he knows exactly what I'm saying, what I'm not saying, what is my school, what is not our school. And to put around him other elders. How many? Let us the ancestors. Who should it be? Let us the ancestors. And let's start to make that work, because in that story I'm talking to you, Congo cannot work in the spirituality without Nigeria. We cannot work without Cameroon. We have to be one. Because even in the aspect of our ancestor spirituality, we have to make the cleaning. Many people have been attracted by politics and money, and they basically change what was holy. We have to make also some cleaning there. That's why many of Igbos were hesitate to go sometimes to see them. They don't know if it will be against the Torah. But the truth is, at the very high and original point, they are the same. It's just because some people, they want money that they start to do some human sacrifices. It is not what our ancestors they taught. They brought the bad of the bad. So this is the point that I wanted to bring to you. And I'm waiting for all of your leadership, your leaders, your elders, to let me know when we'll have to sit and to decide what will be the new path. If we have to create a new NGO with a new board, we will do it. If we have to do something else, we'll do it. Discussion with Okuma, it's my personal task. I hope he will have time to answer to me, and it will be done. But I'm waiting for your signal to know when will be the next meeting where we will have to decide. But please, check. Don't hesitate. Check. Go to rabbis, to the elders, to the village. Check everything, because this is crucial. This is our lives.
Thank you, Rabbi. We're going to check just for formality for us to check. For me, before this meeting, I already knew that I have to go this part you're talking about now. People who know me, who come to my synagogue in Lagos, they know this is, if I want to talk about or talk in the Torah, this is what I teach. This is what I tell people, that we have to go back to our tradition. What we might have to do is pick our tradition and see the one that is looking a bit cruel and that is not okay. You can take them away and take the very good ones, match them with what we learned in Torah, because some thousands of years back, a lot of things happened in some traditions that is the thoughts of human being. So we can find out and remove. But the men of our Omena and of our tradition or Ebafa, that we should bring it on and not mind what the Europeans came here to tell us. That so this pathway, I already had it in my mind more than 10 years ago. That is the way to go. Because if the truth has to be spoken, the truth has to be spoken through our ancestry, through our original. That every other thing we have that looks like is Western is not actually it. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. We are on the same path, and I praise God and the ancestor that you start that path already, meaning that the soil is ready. Now it's just a question of being strong in our relationships in Africa, among different countries, and also to be strong in front of the one who's going to attack us back. Some Ashkenazis, some Sfaradim who will not appreciate the fact that we are showing to them that we don't need their stamp. We know who we are, and we know how to handle our lives and our spirituality. And in fact, they will more need us than we need them in terms of Ruhaniyut, spirituality. Thank you. Is there any other point?
Shalom, shalom, haram. Shalom, shalom, Zadikim. Rabbi, we thank you so much. We are so happy for this meeting that you called us. You have opened the bag of secrets, which you have been opening all this while. But I think it's time for our people to come to the table now and know exactly those teachings that you have given. Now is now out. Our people are going to see it the way it is. We thank you so much. We appreciate you. It has been a long journey, and we are just starting. All this while that we have been with you in Eliezer program, the tools that we got from you are helping us in every aspect of life, be it in our marriage, in our relationship with people, in our communication with the Creator. The latest that you opened about link with our ancestors. May Hashem bless you abundantly. May He keep you and use you to bring up more of what He installed into you. We thank you so much. We appreciate you. We, the Igbo Jewish community, we really appreciate you. Thank you. Toda.
Media. I will let you words with the conclusion.
Rabbi, please, I want to make a request.
Yeah. Rabbi Timothy.
When I came, I didn't see some of my brothers. I'm not quite comfortable because the meeting is very useful to us when we have our people close, see and hear themselves. Because sometimes when we are, transferring the message to them, they see it as if we are speaking to them our own words. So my request is this: please let us schedule this meeting. Give us a time. We have meeting with us like this. All we will do is to help ourselves to inform those that are not present today. Sensitize them on the importance of coming to hear themselves. The problem we are having here as a people is that some of us learn Torah and Judaism through Ashkenazi, so learn from Sephardic, and so on and so forth. So many of us, some of us are confused. So when, like, the time I begin to hear your teaching, I begin to transmit to my students or people around me, some people did not find it. I didn't find it easier with some people. Some did not take it from me. They thought I'm trying to teach them something. Some they used to call it Avodah Zarah. So I will like in a situation whereby why in a meeting like this, many of our people who haven't heard from you, haven't had a meeting with you, haven't heard your teaching, to hear it for the very first time. When they hear it from the horse's mouth, I know it will have a very long way to go. We are moving. You have made a request over and over, and you haven't responded to that request about leadership. That of Okuma and the situation it is now, and why you want to pick another person from us to be a mediator between you and us. Telling us about Chindia. He's one of us. And we find out that he's your student. He's been there with you, even by the time of Okuma. So I want our people to speak on that, to respond on that. If that is accepted or not, because if you end this meeting without, saying something on that, it seems as if we will not be hearing what you are saying in regards to that. So I heard it, and let our people respond before we end this meeting. Then they should do with us, so that we bring more of our people in, then to hear themselves and know where we are going.
Chindia, I think Rabbi can work with Chindia. Chindia can represent us for now. And I think he's doing good so far. He has been doing fine. He has been representing us very well. I think he can work with the Rabbi.
Like I said, I want to give time to time, meaning the purpose is to know how to build the good path now. For sure, I have to give one proposal, one orientation. I give mine, but like I said, you have also to be okay among all the Igbo leaders. And I know that my words will be listened. I have no problem for that. About the people who are involved in more the study of Ashkenazi Sfaradim, you have to understand that most of the time, the rabbis who teach them, they are anticipating the coming of people like me and you. So they try to program them about the fact that of not listening what we will be hearing. So the best way to get them is to bring them, to get them on their own pitch. To say, okay, you study Halacha, you study Yalkut Yosef, you study Rav Auerbach, let's come study your stuff. I've been doing it many, many years. In their own stuff, they will say that in the truth they are not happy. It's very easy. Because what brings them to be like that is the fear of not being recognized. It's the fear of not being among the big map. But the purpose, what I'm telling to you now, is how we can build that map very powerfully. And to let this among of our people know, don't be afraid. By being with your brothers, you are not losing the possibility to be called Jew one day by the people who you consider as being the top of everything. But you have to know that if you come with the head like that in front of them, you will never raise it up. You will keep it like this. I'm talking from more than 12 years of experience being among the Jew. I have been converted there. I studied there, went to yeshiva there, become rabbis there. I know how it works in all the levels. They are not here to raise you up. You have to rise by your own strength. So if you're just with your Nigerian passport, good luck. My luck is that when the parents went away, I had a friend's passport, so I can travel where I want. So when they see that, they respect you a little bit, even if they don't like your skin. But when you come with an African passport, first, they don't let you in. So as to Rabbi Shimidia, when he wants to Dubai, I spend the whole day using all my network to call the rabbis in Dubai to let him in the Bet Knesset, just to do Shabbat. I spoke with all the Chabad rabbis of the area to confirm them the guy will not convert, just wants to be in a place for kosher Shabbat. Rabbi Shimidia, did they let you in?
No, Rabbi, they didn't. They didn't even respond to my messages.
You see? I called all the high personality of Dubai I know. Sfaradi Ashkenazim. I got the numbers, but don't let him in. So all the Igbos, all the Congolese who are with the system, it's because of the fear. But the truth is they know that it's not at the level. That's why no one of them came one day in the limud what I'm giving on internet to say it's fake. No one. No one. 4 years of eight hours of limud per day, 4 years, how many hours represent? No rabbi, no African come to say it's fake. The worst was, it's not our level, we are not interested. Yes, but you don't say it's fast. So don't worry, we have strategy, but we have to work as one body. And my purpose is really to let you have time to talk with the elders and the ancestors. And after, we will be making a point to see how we move forward. We have time, but we have to make it happen.
Toda harav, toda.
Shalom, shalom, lekulam. Shabbat shalom mevorach. I wait for your news, and thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your words. Thank you for your appreciation, and thank you for your advices. I'm now waiting for you to know when we'll be organizing the next meeting to talk about the advices you receive from all the different bodies and entities of Igbo people.
Toda.
On your own time, just remind Chindy again that you are proposing so time, so day.
No problem. I will talk to him in
we can
private.
organize ourselves to make the adjustment.
No problem.
And fix the date.
No problem. Talk to him on private.
More people, more participants, and we explain to you.
Toda for the advice. I will talk with in the private. Toda rabba. Yom tov. Bye-bye.
Shalom,
shalom. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Kish. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.